Welcome to the Appearance Day of Srivas Pandit, March 2025. Some years ago, before Lord Chaitanya appeared in 1486 in the town of Nadia in Mayapur, Srivas Pandit took birth in Sylhet in Bangladesh. He had three glorious brothers, Sri Rama, Sri Pati and Sri Nidhi. After some time, they moved to Nadavipdam. The four brothers used to go to the house of Advaita Acharya to listen to the Bhagavatam class, to perform Nam Sankirtan, and to participate in different Vaishnava activities. They were all great friends with Sri Jagannath Mishra, who would be the father of Sri Chaitanya. Srivas Pandit's wife was Malini Devi. She was the constant friend of Sachi Devi, and the two of them would derive great satisfaction in one another's company. Seeing the terrible situation of the living entities in Kali Yuga, the devotees were greatly distressed, and in order to deliver the fallen souls, they began to pray earnestly for the appearance of God Himself. The Lord heard the prayers of His devotees. Therefore, in 1486, on the full moon night, Sri Krishna Himself, as baby Nimai, appeared in the home of Jagannath Mishra. Sri Advaita could understand that Krishna himself had appeared, and he went to Srivas and all the other devotees to inform them. Srivas Pandit's wife Malini was devoted to Sachi Devi and helped take care of baby Nimai, just like a personal nurse. Srivas Pandit was constantly at the house of Jagannath Mishra. It was as if he was Jagannath Mishra's shadow. Srivas Pandit and Malini Devi, in nurturing and raising up the darling boy of Sachi Devi and Jagannath Mishra, gave him instruction on many subjects. And so, Sri Gaurasundar came to accept Srivas Pandit and Malini Devi as a second mother and father. At length, Mahaprabhu, having gone to the holy city of Gaya, where he accepted mantra initiation from Ishvarapuri, began to play the role for which he had come to this world. He began to manifest prema bhakti within this world. At that time, the Lord told Srivas, "I have heard your loud Sankirtan and Advaita's roaring of the holy name of Krishna. And hearing their calls, I have left Vaikuntha and appeared here in this material world with my eternal associates. I have come to punish the wicked and deliver the saintly. If you want to become fearless, perform my Sankirtan." Listening to these fearless words of Mahaprabhu, Srivas Pandit fell to the earth, offering his prostrated obeisances, and recited long and beautiful prayers, which included, "With horn of buffalo and cowherd stick and bamboo flute, Lord Krishna played, and you are He, the Godhead, Supreme Truth. The Vedas sing the glories of Krishna, Nanda Kumara, and thou art He, and so before your feet my obeisances." In this way, Srivas offered many different prayers and hymns. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very kind to Srivas, and within the house of Srivas he gave darshan of his divine form to all his eternal associates and devotees. When Srivas Pandit's niece, Narayani, came before him, Mahaprabhu, upon seeing her, said, "Narayani, chant Krishna, Krishna." The Chaitanya Bhagavat records, although she was only a 4-year-old girl, her behaviour was unusual. Chanting Krishna, Krishna again and again, she fell on the ground, stunned in ecstasy, with tears in her eyes. Seeing her tears of ecstasy, Srivas Pandit's wife, as well as all the other devotees, also cried tears of ecstasy. As a consequence, Srivas Pandit's home was filled with a wonderful and beautiful impression of Krishna Prema. In that house there was a maidservant named Duki, which means unhappy. Every day she would bring water to bathe Mahaprabhu. One day the Lord asked Srivas, "Who is bringing this water?" Srivas said, "Duki is bringing the water." The Lord said, "From now on her name will be Sukhi, happy. Since she is engaged in service to the Lord and the Vaishnavas, she cannot be Duki, unhappy. She must be Sukhi, happy." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu formed many different pastimes in the house of Srivas. Gradually, Nityananda Prabhu came to Nadavweep Dham and met Sri Chaitanya. In the company of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began performing different Sankirtan pastimes. Their Sankirtan headquarters was at Srivas Pandit's house. Sri Nityananda Prabhu himself personally resided at Srivas's home, and Malini Devi served him as if he were her very own son. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his personal expansions and eternal associates, went to the house of Srivas to perform Sankirtan and dance. At that time, the only son of Srivas became stricken with some unusual ailment and passed away. Within the ladies' chambers, all the women were crying and lamenting with great sobs and weeping and wailing. Srivas Pandit entered the ladies' chambers, and there he saw that his son had passed away, returning to the spiritual abode. With supreme gravity, this great knower of divine truth consoled the women. "You all know the glories of Krishna," he said. "Therefore please don't cry. Check your tears. Even a great sinner who hears the holy name at the time of death attains the divine abode of Krishna. That very Krishna himself, whose glories are sung by his servants like Brahma and Shiva, is dancing among you. It is certain, therefore, that this boy has returned to the Lord's supreme abode. Why then should there be any cause for lamentation? At this time you should rather honour this boy as one who is blessed with the supreme good fortune of attaining the ultimate goal of life." In this way, Srivas Pandit gave many different instructions on divine truth to the ladies, but still they cried loudly. Srivas Pandit then said, "At this moment, Sri Gaurasundar, the Lord of Gokula himself, is performing Sankirtan with his devotees in my house. If by your crying you disturb his happiness for one moment, then I shall immediately go jump in the Ganges and give up my life by drowning." After saying this, Srivas Pandit went outside and joined the great kirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in which the Lord was absorbed in singing the holy name of Krishna and dancing. Leaving the thought of their dead child behind, the ladies listened to the kirtan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, the kirtan continued until late at night. The Sankirtan gradually came to an end and everyone rested. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Today, within my mind, I felt that some great sorrow has struck this house." Srivas Pandit said, "Oh my Lord, how can there be any sorrow here? You have brought the highest delight to this house by the sweet kirtan that has emanated from your lotus mouth." the Lord said, "Srivas, how is it that there was no Ananda bliss in the kirtan today? Has something inauspicious befallen your family?" Srivas said, "Oh, my lord, you are all auspicious. As long as you are present here, how can anything inauspicious take place?" At that time, the devotees came to know that Srivas Pandit's only son had just died. Upon hearing this, Lord Gauranga cried, "Alas, alas! The thought of this great tragedy pains me worse than death. Why did you not tell me of this most unfortunate event?" At this, Srivas Pandit said, "O Lord, I could not break the flow of your rasa kirtan. If I had broken the flow of your kirtan and stopped you from dancing, that would have been a fate worse than death. And so I did not want to disturb your kirtan." Seeing such deep determination in Srivas Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to weep. He said, "Not knowing of this lamentation for the son of Srivas, but bewildered by the ecstasy of Krishna Prem, how could I renounce such association?" Hearing these words, everyone thought deeply within themselves. After this, Mahaprabhu went to the place where the dead child lay and touched him, saying, "O boy, why did you renounce Srivas Pandit and go away?" At his touch, life returned to the boy, and after offering obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the boy said, "O my Lord, many times I have taken birth and many times I have died, but this time is different. This time I died while having darshan of your beautiful lotus feet, and so I have left this earth in complete happiness." Saying this, the boy fell silent, having satisfied the inquiry of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hearing this unprecedented discourse from the mouth of the previously dead child, everyone was astonished, and all the devotees floated in the waves of the ocean of bliss. In this way, beholding the wondrous pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srivas Pandit fell before the lotus feet of the Lord and wept tears of ecstasy. Whereupon Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Nityananda and I are your two sons. Always think of this, and you will never experience the sorrow of having lost a son. Nityananda and I are your sons, therefore why should you lament?" Hearing these words of mercy, the devotees filled the four directions with cries of joy. Namaste.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,